Okay, so I'm starting, I guess, a video blog of possibly. It's going to be a combination of cycling, cross fitness, um, switching over to the paleo diet, and overall how I feel. Now, hopefully, I'll be putting this on YouTube and then attaching it to my blog every single day. Not every single day, but weekly, hopefully. But um, a lot of what I've been dealing with is that I'm getting acne from, I guess, I don't know if it has to do with my diet, but it more than likely has to do with my diet. I mean, I'm like pretty fit as is. I feel pretty good, but I mean, I got some titty action going on, but I got like really bad acne on my chest. I think that has to do with taking the hair off, but I don't think that should really happen. And I think a lot of it has to do with diet. Number one, I started biking to work. I got new tires. I got the Schwalbe Marathon Plus. They're 26-inch for my 26-inch rim wheels, 1.5 inches wide. They fucking, I don't even know, they are amazing. They are way, way better than the last tires that I had, which were, I think, the Marathon XRs, which were more of a rugged, off-road type, I guess, tire. But ultimately, I am going to keep biking to work. Number one, because gas is freaking outrageous. It's $3.51 right now. Last week, it was almost a $3.70. It's good exercise. Gets me really awake in the morning, so I don't have to either A, drink coffee, or B, drink my tea. And I started drinking coffee again, which I think is alright, because I think a lot of it has to do with how I was before, and just the coffee intake probably isn't that good of an idea, but I'm been drinking it right now. But ultimately, I'm going to try to just switch over completely over to tea and not drink coffee. But if I drink coffee, it's not the end of the world. Um, Secondly, I am going to be switching over to the paleo diet, and I think that's going to be, well, let me start off with the CrossFit. So CrossFit is more so of a plyometric deadlifting, push press, and a few other things like pull-ups, push-ups, sit-ups. Pretty much the whole thing is like to use your own body weight and to only. It's not to build muscle mass. You just mainly consistently do more reps on a certain amount of weight for a longer period of time, and you do a lot of sprinting and running. Like there's a lot of 400-meter dashes, which I'm gonna, I guess, try and figure out about how to do that with doing that at the gym. Because getting on the treadmill and then going back to doing deadlifts and squats and push presses is going to be kind of difficult. But some benching. As of right now, I can bench almost 190 to 200 pounds. Which I have gotten like golfer's elbow from that. I think a lot of it has to do with not doing the exercises right, straining myself because I know I can do the weight, but I haven't like optimized my certain muscle groups correctly. I took last week off. I'm taking this week, half this week off because I'm going to a partnership meeting at my job, and I'm just going to start that. I'm going to start that full out in June 1st. And hopefully by June 1st, I'll be completely into the paleo diet. As of right now, I mean, I'm not really eating a very paleo like meal right now, but it has a lot of vegetables, peppers, onions, portobello mushrooms, spinach, and a chicken breast. Granted, it's not completely paleo. I added I used the bacon fat that I've had for a while. I think might need to throw that out because it's not bad, but It's just doesn't taste very good. Makes food taste kind of weird. Fresher the better. And I think a lot of things with the paleo diet is that number one, you're taking out your dairy intake is minimal, or it's not. I mean, it's not minimal. It's completely void. You're void of dairy, grains, legumes, and I guess any like high carb stuff like bread and pasta and all that stuff, which is consistently grains because flour comes from wheat or some other source of grain. But as of right now, I have a full cupboard. Well, not completely full, but I have chili that I made that has kidney beans and black beans, jars of rice, and I have a fridge full of pasta right now, and black beans and chicken noodle soup. So that stuff I'm going to be eating over the course of the next month, which is May. Today is May, what is it, May 5th? Cinco de Mayo. But I guess the main reason why I'm doing this is because there's a lot of criticism about it amongst my colleagues. I'm not going to name names or anything like that, but I feel just from the research that I've done in the past few weeks, it seems like it's a very easy diet to contribute to weight loss, number one. Integrate into an active lifestyle like me biking all the time and me wanting to run. I'm going to stop running long distances also because it's not good for your joints. And I mean, it's nice to run, be able to say that I can run 6 or 7 miles, but ultimately that's not going to help me because I mean, I haven't really lost all that much weight, and I want to get completely toned and cut off as much body fat as possible. And switching over to the paleo diet, and which I'm going to be doing over the next month, will be 2 days out of the week. Then next week's going to be 4. Then the next week after that is going to be 6. It might be 2, 3, 4, and then 5. So this week I'm going to try and do. I'm just going to really just integrate it into my everyday food intake. But I'm going to have to eat a lot of starches and stuff like that because of because of my cupboard being full of crap. But I guess mainly my blog is to just document how I feel and what it will do to my allergies. And that's like the ultimate reason, it seems like. And I mean, ultimately, it's going to make me feel a lot better and more fit, and integration of CrossFit and biking and cycling and doing sprints and stuff, and possibly swimming every once in a while to like work, certain muscle groups and shit, will be really, really beneficial. Plus, it'll make me look amazing because from all the transformation photos that I've seen of people that have gone on the diet and stuck to the diet, they look like incredibly fit and they feel great. There's no fatigue. Like you're cutting out all that processed food. You're cutting out all sugars. It's just, I don't know. It seems like a very logical thing to do eating wise. I'm going to be spending probably a little bit more money on food, but I'll be able to can my own stuff if I really want to can pickles or fruits and certain veggies so that I can keep them longer, and possibly meat as well. And ultimately, I think that'll be a great goal in the long run. It'll make me feel better, like minimize my allergies, because my allergies were horrible this year because we didn't really have a freeze, so nothing really died. It just bloomed real hard and just like attacked my face. Found out that I'm very highly allergic to tree pollen, and I'm not that allergic to I guess flower pollen, or like stuff like that. But tree pollen makes me sneeze all the time. I got a sinus infection from, which I still kind of have, a sinus infection from all the mold that happened from going from what I consider a spring, but it wasn't really spring. Everything bloomed, but we didn't really have any leeway. Now it's like summer. It's like 80 degrees outside. It's humid as fuck, and it's like bam, we're right into summer in April or in May. So it's going to be pretty intense this summer. But I think just switching over to all those things, I think I'll do a lot better because as of right now, I'm not really trying to build huge amounts of muscle mass, like what I have been doing. I mean, I'm like really, like I'm pretty strong, like I'm pretty fit, and I know that if I keep doing the stuff that I'm doing, I'm going to keep injuring myself, especially in my elbow. So, and I really want to minimize that, and I think doing small amounts of the cross fitness so I can build up to it in June to January, or June, July, and August. I think by the time I get out of the summer and everything, I think I'll be really, really fit and like to the stature that I want to be, because I want to be cut like a fucking action figure. That's my main goal. So I think I'm gonna just try all that stuff. See what kind of recipes I can make. I mean, we'll see what happens. I'm gonna document it as well as I can every week. Say what I did. I guess just see if I can stick to it. I got a few supporters, or I got support, but it seems like people are more hesitant to it because it's not like because it's a diet. It's I consider it a lifestyle, and I've always wondered why I've been always somewhat kind of heavy set, but I've realized that my diet consists of a lot of starches and grains, and I mean I've incorporated a lot of vegetables, but the staples in my diet are like peppers, onions, avocados for guacamole and stuff like that. Tomatoes. I've just started introducing tomatoes more because they are so freaking good now. I don't know, my palate has changed a lot. I like Brussels sprouts. I need to cook them like a certain way so that they taste right to me. But I think just subtracting all those processed foods, getting away from fast food, getting away from dairy altogether, from creamer and which I have in the coffee right now, which isn't paleo, but I'm gonna move on from that. And just doing that will totally affect how I feel, I think, and help me clear out my acne and stuff. A lot of this has to do from like work and stress altogether. But if I'm feeling better and I have more energy, then I feel like I won't have to compensate for drinking like a freaking like French press full of tea. But the tea is good for you because it has a lot of antioxidants. It's mate, and it has different kinds of enzymes and not enzymes, but chemical components in it than coffee does. It has less something that causes stress. So it starts with an N or something like that. But altogether, I'm wanting to live a more healthy lifestyle than I ever have. I mean, I'm straight on track. I've been doing great at the gym. Been swimming a lot. I can swim over half a mile constantly, which is 1,000, I think, meters or yards or something like that in an Olympic-sized pool, and just going back and forth. But I can do 1,000 meters or yards. I'm not sure what the unit is that you use for that, but I can do that consecutively and for like nonstop, and it takes me about I don't really guesstimate the time, but I can run 3 miles. I can run up to 6 miles consecutively at 7.5 minute miles. I start out at 7:40, and then by the time I get home, I'm at 7:30. So I think that's a real big achievement. But running those long distances number one, those long distances haven't been helping me cut back on my body fat or getting leaner, which I'm ultimately like. Before I was wanting to run marathons and I was wanting to run, as longer distances and just being like, yeah, I can do it. But as of right now, I am going to be 28 this year, so I figure I'm in my prime to try and get in as best of shape as possible. And I feel like my goals have shifted over to, or from wanting to do a lot of like triathlons and long distance running and stuff like that, because ultimately what I've heard from my friends and people online and stuff and is that those long distances you're definitely going to need a knee replacement sometime in your career. It just depends on your genetics, and for me I know that that's going to happen because my mom's side, they all have like really shitty knees, so I'm not going to fucking push it past that. So I don't think that's really like necessary to do to myself. Might as well get as good of shape as possible, feel the best that I can be, and try and incorporate this and help other people learn from my, I guess, experimentation, which I ultimately love to do to my body um, compared to my past. So I think this is going to be great. I think I'm going to feel awesome. I already feel awesome just because I can ride my bike anywhere, and I have cut my commute down from 45 minutes from my old tires down to 24 minutes, which I think is a huge, huge benefit. And not only that, then I can start, once I start losing more body fat and I, keep my muscle tone, I think I will ultimately be able to get to work in, 15 to 20 minutes, like easily. I mean, I made it to work in like 22 minutes yesterday or something like that, and it was kind of raining, and just the temperature and everything was just right for me to be able to book it. But I didn't have nearly as much weight as I did on Monday, and I don't know. I think it's all going to be really beneficial. But I'm going on partnership meeting, and I'm going to cheat a lot on that diet because I'm going to be traveling. But I think I'm going to try and incorporate certain things so that I can like learn from traveling and being outside of my comfort zone, which is home, and be able to incorporate that diet into my lifestyle as I'm away from home, so I can learn from it and know what I need to do. So, but I think my grocery bills are going to go up, but I won't have to buy whey, which is knocking off about $70 a month. I won't have to buy grains, which I just got rid of, and I have like nothing in my kitchen right now. It's crazy. Won't be eating corn. I won't be eating certain things. It's just going to be great because I'm going to learn the composition of certain fruits and vegetables and knowing when to eat them and knowing when my body needs them. And I guess planning stuff out, because I recently started planning out my meals per week, and I bought Tupperwares and stuff like that. But I also found a blog that said that you can put a salad in a jar. And my buddy Justin was telling me about that, and I was like, that's really interesting. You put the salad dressing on the bottom, and then you stack it all the way up, like so each thing doesn't necessarily interact with each other. Like how certain fruits and vegetables, or mainly vegetables, can react with each other because they have different chemical compositions. So I think that's going to be really interesting, and that'll be really beneficial because then I'll have a fridge full of jars, because I have a billion jars right now, and I'll be able to eat on the go and be able to, make things tastier, because I feel like my diet is very bland. Like I use a lot of sugar, use a lot of salt, I use a lot of processed like stuff to make stuff sweet or salty so that it hits my taste buds right. But I think just broadening my horizon of vegetables like is going to be really, really good. So, but I'm pretty much done talking about this. I've been talking to everyone about this, and I have some naysayers. I have some hell yeah, do it. I'm gonna talk to a few friends that have been doing it for a few years that had to stop or for whatever reason. But I'm gonna do it up. It's gonna be great. So hopefully people can learn from my experience. But yeah, this is Bradford signing out. Peace.